but I'm gonna keep dating until I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I am dating. You know what I'm saying? Slide in the DM. You know, it's always open.
All right, so this is a good question, man. How do you feel about women that take their shot? Like,
shoot it.
So it's men that have so many different opinions about that. Like, oh, if she shoot her shot, she too aggressive.
Nah.
You know, type of situation. You saying they need to shoot it?
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, you just.
I look through them. I just choose which one I'm gonna respond to.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel yet again. You know, we back, and I'm so excited for this episode of Mannerisms because I believe that this one is going to be one that all the ladies want to check out and talk about and all that other type of stuff. I got my brother here with me, man. I got Lawrence Robinson, and I'm so glad that he's with me.
What's up, bro?
Thank you for being here, man. If y'all don't know Lawrence, man, check this out, man. Like, Lawrence is on Tyler Perry's Sistas.
Sisters. You be saying
Sistas.
You be saying sisters.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
sisters.
said it's Sistas. Sisters. So he's on there. Then also, man, he has a new film that's rolling out in December, Christmas.
Yeah, The Business of Christmas.
The Business of Christmas.
BT Plus, December 3rd.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So like he got some amazing things going on. He's in this seat of actor, and I'm watching him just do his thing and be on the grind. And man, I'm just honored to be in his life, man, and him be in my life, man. So I asked him to come on today so I could ask him some questions, all right? And so I know you guys are interested to hear what this mannerism is going to be about. And so we're going to start off with this one thing. Lawrence.
What's up?
All right, before we get into what everybody want to know, let's kind of tackle some serious stuff, right? Before we get into the jokes and stuff, all right?
I'm with it, y'all.
On a serious note, how does it feel right now for you as an African-American man in entertainment industry with the climate of, Trump being in office and all this other type of stuff that's going on around the world?
Right.
How is it for you right now? Do you feel anything in the entertainment industry, or are you feeling anything just overall, just being a black man right now?
I mean, for sure. Overall, as a black man, it's a tough time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always been tough for us, black people in general. But yeah, it's a relief. I'm glad that he's gone. I say that, hallelujah, amen. I'm glad that he's gone. But yeah, the industry, I wouldn't say so much right now because all the projects that I had worked on was black producers. Mm-hmm. So I'm fortunate that,
awesome.
Working with Tyler Perry, he owns everything.
Yeah.
So everybody's black. My producer on my film right now, Jamie McCoy, sorry. She's a black woman. Yeah. And one of my producers name is Justin, but he's he supports the black community. So yeah. I've been fortunate to work with people that are for us. Yeah. So in the industry right now, I don't really see it too much on a personal level, but as a black man, it's been hard for sure. But what I'm saying, we gotta stay motivated and keep moving forward. And at the end of the day, they can't stop us. Yeah. So that's just what it is.
Man, one of the things that I'm interested in hearing your take on. I'm just stepping into this industry aspect, right? But I hear all the time how hard it is for African American people and people of color to enter into the entertainment world because we're not looked at on the same level as our Caucasian counterparts. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just not a lot of roles for us, So when you just think about the amount of roles that we have for us, and then you think about the amount of black actors that are coming in for these roles, it's like I got my best friends, Mark and Alex, but Mark, he's an actor, and we pretty much going for the same roles all the time, what I mean? So yeah, it's not designed for us. So with that being said, we got to keep moving forward and really not focus on that, but thank God for people like Issa Rae, that's breaking barriers right now. Ava DuVernay, I love Ava, I love Issa, Kenya Barris, those people that are carving the path for our community and they're creating roles and telling our stories. Yeah. So,
Is there a such thing as too much black content?
Absolutely not. We need more black content.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different layers of blackness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm from Philly, so I'm more on the ratchet side. And I love to promote that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But then, you got people that might have went to HBCUs and very refined black people. Black, you can't put us in a box.
Yeah.
So I think that it's dope that now we have all these different shows that are showing that. So I'm just excited for the future. I'm not looking at the past no more. I think that we are in the building now, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Do you think so?
Yeah, man, I don't think that there's enough black content. And hence, for the example that you just stated, like you and Alex, or wait a minute, was it Mark?
Alex and Mark, though.
Yeah,
Alex
and Mark.
Yep.
But you and Mark going up for the same roles and things like that all the time, which shows that there is more actors than there is content.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
and we look nothing alike. But they think we all look alike. You know what I'm saying? So we going up for the same road.
Yeah. So yeah. I just feel like there is not enough on the production and the writing side for people of color. Yeah. And we almost kind of get the short end of the stick, as it pertains to that, and of course, like I said, man, I'm new to it, so you've been in this for some time, man.
9 years. January will be 9 years.
Wow, man. So you've been really, really, really grinding, man. Like I know a little bit about your story of you being in New York and all that stuff. We had the same acting coach, stuff like Mariska, man.
Shout out to Mariska.
Yeah, man, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And so even with that, like your journey, and I'm hearing that journey, man, and I'm like, man, like this is crazy because this black content, for one, I believe just needs to be expanded. Like,
absolutely,
because there are so many great actors and actresses that are out here that are of color that are unemployed. Yeah, like legit,
because there's not that many jobs for us. But but thank God for streaming services. Right now, we got Hulu. We got Netflix, we got all these services, so now it's more jobs and there's more content being created. Yeah. Like I gave a shout out to all our creators that's paving the way. So it is the shift is happening. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. But it's been a long journey. Of that.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that, man. Yeah. And just because I've been more so of a on the viewer side, versus the other side just yet. And so even with my, I watch a lot of TV and, gauge those type of things. It's almost like, when a certain actor makes it, right. It's like, all right, they be like, all right, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Like only so many popping black actors can be, it's like shelf life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it could be like 5 amazing, black actors, and then that's it.
Does that discourage you now that you're coming into a new journey,
man?
As an actor?
Yeah, man. It has. Okay. It has, man.
Yeah,
like for me, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. It's like one of the things that kind of discourages me is because I feel like I'm getting into acting so late. I'm like,
never too late though.
And that's me being in my own head. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at people that have been doing this all their life, and from childhood to adulthood, and now I'm jumping in and I'm like, all right, yeah, like this is something I've always wanted to do. But for me, man, coming from Tennessee, TV wasn't something you was on. TV was something you just watched.
Same with me in Philly. I mean, only person. I mean, I grew up hearing about Will Smith, because my uncle was married to one of his family members. But never. It's not a thing that I knew, ever.
Yeah, like it wasn't like. It wasn't like at our grasp, it wasn't presented like, oh, this is something if you wanted to do, you could do. Absolutely. And so now I'm just at a point of my life where I'm like, yo, I'm going to go after it, but me being in my own head it's different layers of discouragement. But for every layer of discouragement, man, I've just tried to keep pressing through to see what was on the other side of that, Right. Man, one of the things that I just keep telling myself, man, the very thing that I have been afraid of will eventually feed me. Yeah. And so I try to conquer that in everything that I'm afraid of. Like if I'm afraid to try that to try that new business, hey, that business could be the thing that feeds me later on. If I'm afraid to step out there and acting, acting could be the thing that feeds me later on. Absolutely. And so I've just been at a place now in my life where I'm like, yo, everything that I'm quote unquote afraid of, I'm gonna
You gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
That's a great place to be.
I'm gonna do.
I need to be there. I don't think I'm there yet. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but that's the thing. Like for me, it's an everyday thing because you know, the reality of it is, man. Like I wake up, like our fears are almost preset. Like we wake up with fear.
Yeah.
Like you know, we go to bed with fear. We deal with fear throughout our day. But you know, even with your story, man, like when you were talking about you were in New York and you were baggage handling, you were doing all this other type of stuff, and you were spending your money in acting class, but then you transitioned here to LA.
Right.
Like, and you've made some amazing connections in LA.
Yeah.
Some amazing doors have opened for you in LA.
Yeah, it was just timing.
It was timing.
It was timing.
But then
hard work.
But all right, so timing, hard work, but then also I think that it was you addressing your fears.
For sure. Yeah, and alignment, honestly. Yeah.
So my thing is if you can apply it. So all right, wait a minute. Let's talk about this transition to LA, right?
Okay, cool.
All right, this transition to LA, you get to LA.
I decided to move to LA in a month. I just was like, one of my friends at the time was just like, man, you need to stop playing, you need to get here, and I just packed my stuff up and just bounced. I made a decision like December 1st. I moved December 31st, 2016. So I brought in the new year here, 2017.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was just a spare of the moment thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And I was just over in New York. I was there for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Really working really hard to make things happen. And I had a lot of success. I did a lot of great things. Mainly commercial and print. But I did what I did what I needed to do, and I had to trust my gut that it was time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I trusted myself. But I was looking at my peers. Like it's this dude named Jeremy. Shout out to Jeremy. Jeremy Burnett, I believe his last name is. He was booking crazy in New York.
Yeah.
Like we were going for Law and Order. We were going for Blue Buds and all these shows. And Jeremy was always booking a job. And I'm like, yo, I'm leaving to go to LA with no credits.
Yeah.
And Jeremy is racking them up in New York. So do I stay? But then I go in for this co-star on Law and Order, and it's 20 actors to say, go that way. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like it's 20 black guys in this waiting room right now. And that was just that time frame. So they done seen 150 black guys just to say, he's over there. You know what I'm saying? So I had
just that line?
Just that one line.
Wait a minute. The line was he's over there?
It would be things that small. Like he went that way.
Wow.
And it's like 20 guys at every 15 minutes on an hour.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, do I stay in New York and try to book these small jobs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, let me take that back, because no jobs are small. Or a job is a job. I don't like saying small jobs.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I would ask myself, like, do I stay in New York for these jobs, or do I go to LA and just take a chance?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it was. It was just a battle of stepping out of my comfort zone.
Well, and then it goes back to you addressing that fear.
Absolutely.
You meeting that fear head on. So, like even you saying, well, I don't think I'm there yet. You are. You've been there.
Yeah.
You've actually done it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to overlook it, because you've actually done it. And then there's the fear of you getting here, going to Tasha Smith School.
Right. Well, I actually started in Tasha Smith School. A good friend of mine, Afisa Williams, she referred me to Tasha in 2011, and I took Tasha workshop, and that's when I decided to move to New York, 2012. Okay. But it was just a 3-day workshop. But yeah, living in New York, it was always the dream. Like, I can't wait to move to LA and go to TSAW LA and actually be in class week by week. Yeah. So so it was that. It was me going back to where I started. Yeah. And actually becoming a weekly student. Yeah. And I've been in TSAW. I still am a TSAW student. Yeah. So I was in TSAW for 3 years. And now we're on Zoom. But yeah, it's been a lot, man.
So then you address that. You address that fear. You overcome that. You look that in the face. And then it is the auditioning process, right? Yeah. One of the things that I'm, having a hard time with, but I'm wrapping my mind around it, is just being rejected, bro. Like for any man, any man, bro. Like, I just hate to be rejected. And
Oh, you gotta get used to that, bro.
bro, like, I mean, like, legit. I mean,
That's the yeah. I'm
like,
I'm so used to that. Like it's almost like you know I'm just used to it.
it's the name. It's actually the name of the game.
It's the name of the game, and like me being in New York and doing the modeling 1st, they get rejected the most.
Yeah.
Because they judging you before you even speak.
Yeah.
It's like they know it's either yes or no as soon as you walk in the room.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did modeling first because it really made me. It had me build some real strong, tough skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, you won't have to get used to it.
Yeah,
bro.
man. I'm kind of processing and adjusting now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, but then you're auditioning. Then you have this audition with, because I was naive. I was like, man, I really have a desire and love for the arts and creative. I've been creative all my life, and I did, theater stuff when I was in school and
Same.
all that
Right.
stuff, But then, like I'm thinking, oh, people were saying, oh, I'm auditioning. I didn't know you had to even be approved to be auditioned. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I
Yeah.
came like, oh, well, I'm just gonna audition. Somebody gonna see me. No, fool, you got.
I think it was a casting director that said, I believe she said out of 10,000 submissions, she only brings in 100, sometimes 50.
Man.
Out of 10,000 submissions.
That's crazy.
So when you get that audition, you need to be grateful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then when you get a lot of them, sometimes you get to that point of you're not getting auditions, so then you can't wait to get them. And then you get a bunch of them and you're not getting a job, and then you got to take yourself back. Like, I remember when I wasn't getting auditions. So every audition, you just got to give it your all.
Yeah.
And just pray you get the job,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, take us to, before we get into everything else, but take us to when you got the call about Tyler Perry. Like,
Man, I lost my mind.
Like that feeling, bro.
Man, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I lost my mind because I don't think I ever talked about this on YouTube. And shout out to the YouTube tribe, because I'll be slacking with y'all, man.
Yeah, he definitely slacking.
I'll be slacking with y'all, and y'all know y'all be telling me to post, especially because of Damo. But yeah, the call was crazy because I got the audition from Kim Coleman. I had never auditioned for Kim Coleman. My son auditioned for Kim Coleman before me.
Wow.
And I remember I flew out here for an audition it was a movie called Imperial Dreams, and my son auditioned for the young role of Dayton, I believe. And I remember I was like, man, when I'm gonna get an audition for Kim Coleman, because she's like one of the the GOATs. So I got the audition, so I'm just happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm finally going in for Kim Coleman. Like, this is crazy. So once I read the breakdown, I'm like, man, this character is me. There's nobody in LA gonna play Chris like me.
Yeah.
I just knew it. I felt it in my gut because I just know that Chris was from Philly.
Yeah.
Like, even though he's not technically from Philly,
Yeah.
I'm like, Chris is from Philly.
Yeah.
Like, this
you made it up in your mind.
Yeah, I'm like, he's from Philly.
Yeah.
He's from. So I took that aura and that whole idea of who I thought he was to the audition. I came in there with my Timbs, came in there with my beanie, came in there with my cargos, and I dressed just like a Philly dude. And I was like, listen, this how, even though Chris got $1 million, this is who he is. So I started all that work that day before, the day I got the audition. I went in that next morning. I caught the bus to the audition. I think I had like $5 to my name.
Yeah.
I got on the, I caught the bus there and back. I went home. I went to sleep because I was exhausted from studying so much. I was running the lines that whole day. I was exhausted. I went to sleep. I woke up. My manager was like, you got the job. They want to, do the deal. And I just lost my mind. I was crying. I was emotional. And it was crazy because I never expected Tyler Perry to be like the first person to give me my first job.
Yeah.
But my dad manifested that. My dad loves Tyler Perry.
Wow.
So he was like, Tyler Perry's going to be the one. I always thought I was going to work with Lee Daniels first.
Yeah.
Because he's from Philly. I know him personally.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, Lee is going to be the person to give me like my first job. But it was Tyler Perry, so shout out to you, Mr. Perry. I appreciate you. Man, it was a surreal moment. I lost my mind. I thought I was rich. I'm absolutely not. Still not rich.
I'm absolutely
but at that moment, I was spiritually rich.
No, like legit.
Yeah,
Legit.
I was crying. I was like, I had a whole show in the house.
Yeah.
I called my mom. I called Tasha. I think it was my mom and then Tasha. I called. Yeah, they were the first two people I called. I was going down the list. I was just calling everybody. and then for Tasha, to be my acting coach, and for her to go through her whole journey with Tyler,
Yeah.
and then my first job is with Tyler, it was just like, yo, this is crazy, you know. And I'm sure people think Tasha Smith got me the role. She absolutely did.
Yeah.
Jesus got me the role.
The Lord.
The Lord, yeah. They ain't even, Tyler Perry didn't even know I knew Tasha. So yeah, I mean, it was amazing.
That's crazy, bro.
It was a day.
That's crazy.
And then I flew out. I got the call Friday. I had the audition Thursday. Booked the job Friday. I flew to Atlanta that Monday.
Wow, like that fast.
That fast.
And then y'all were in the midst of, well, I guess season 2. Y'all were in the midst of.
That was season 1.
That was season 1.
At the time, my character was just a guest star.
Okay.
But they said he was a potential recurring or potential, they might bring him back because that's how Tyler worked. He pretty much keep his actors around.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was just a guest star. So I had no expectations. I just thought I knew I was coming in. Then I got there and I realized I was dating Sherry Belafonte. That was a whole nother thing because I'm a little younger, so I didn't really quite know who she was. But all the older ladies was fanning out and taking pics with her, and they were like, "This is Sherry Belafonte. Like, you about to kiss Harry Belafonte's daughter." So it was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure I was ready and prepared and did what I had to do. So
That's awesome.
it was a thing, you know. And then Tyler takes care of us. You know, the whole first class thing and the 5-star hotels. You feel good. He definitely makes his actors feel good and important.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Well, I mean, like, you know, like this whole journey for women, I think that it's good for people to hear, man, because I believe that we're just in a crazy season, man, where it's literally people have and wrapping their minds around the idea of I need to bet on myself.
Yeah.
You know, like there are certain things in us as individuals, and especially as black men, there are things that are in us, and I think that a lot of times black men, our dreams are told to be suppressed because if those dreams don't provide, then don't chase them.
That's a word. I'm glad I didn't have those parents though.
Yeah.
But that's true. I think that's the nature of being a black man. But my mom and my dad is not those parents. If I was lucky for one thing, I tell my mom whatever I wanted to do, she's like, just go do it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't raised like that, but I do know that is the norm.
Oh man,
that's the norm.
It is because, but I think even with society, you know, like, you know, if you're a black man, let's say you got interest in a woman. First, you know, they're looking at your ability to provide.
Absolutely.
They're not gauging, you know, as they might get to know you, they may gauge dreams and hopes and aspirations and see how you're moving towards that. But I think initially it is the idea of what can you do? What can you provide? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of times, a lot of black men, you know, we're not groomed or pushed to achieve our own dreams and goals. And I think that if I really was to get into my study, even of my dissertation, one of the things that I believe that reason why divorce rates are so high amongst African American families and relationships is because I think that a lot of men were told to provide, but not told to chase desire, dream, hope, aspiration. And so then when they get to a certain age, they look at like, oh, I'm married, I got the kids, but I missed out on so much.
Right.
And then they go through this crisis where they're like, I don't want none of this no more, you know, type of situation. Yeah. I've seen it happen with so many black men. And one of the things that I'm just trying to really overemphasize to black men, man, like, yo, like there is a balance that you can kind of have with chasing your dreams and providing and things of that nature. Multiple streams of income is one of those biggest pieces that, you know, and that's one thing we were talking about yesterday, is just having those multiple streams. So our livelihood is not based upon, you know, if we get the gig or not, or, you know, we're going in there like, oh man, like I got to land this gig to eat tomorrow, you know, type of situation, or eat next month or whatever the case may be. But having different streams of income to where it's like, yo, I do this because I love to do it and I want to do it. And yeah, checks may follow that, but I'm going to chase this because this is something I really desire to do.
Right.
Yeah. So man,
good, bro.
Yeah, man, you know, I've just been at a place, man, where it's like, yo, like what's pressed upon us, what's inside of us, you know, what are certain things we want to do, and what are certain things that we want to chase or to go after, man. I think that's a huge piece that I don't think that men are really groomed in. Like I
Not
just
at all. I know for me personally, I just know that I'm a bit selfish. You got to be selfish to follow your dreams.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that. As long as I'm not selfish with my son, nothing else really matters to me.
Yeah.
So I had to, you know, focus.
Yeah.
And being focused is selfish.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
I,
you know.
I definitely agree with you. And that's been hard for me because I feel like, man, in this season of my life, like, yo, I'm being real selfish. Like, I'm doing what I have desired to do, but then I think about all the years that I wasn't selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the years I did what everybody else thought that I should do. Or
that's how I was. I learned early on. I was dealing with that. I mean, I was with my son's mom for 6 years, and being with her, and like when she got pregnant with Aiden, she didn't work the whole 9 months. I wasn't equipped to handle that, but I felt like that was my duty.
Yeah.
So when things went left, I said to myself, "Are you going to get in a relationship and make this a thing? Like, you know, or are you?" And then we tried to work it out when my son was 1, and didn't work out. And so with that being said, I just started moving forward, and I had to be selfish for myself because I was like, at the end of the day, I don't want to be a baggage handler all my life so I could pay the rent for me and my girlfriend and buy her a Louis bag. Like that's not what I want.
Yeah.
But at the time, that's what I thought that was all that it was to be.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
I was so small-minded.
Yeah.
So I had to get selfish and follow my dreams, and now, you know what I'm saying, my son will have a better life than he could ever have had. If I stayed in Philly, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't.
So would you agree that there's a season of everybody's life where in order to achieve everything that you believe that you're called to achieve, where you have to be selfish?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I moved to Philly I moved to New York with a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, my son was 1 and I decided to move to New York, 2, because I moved 2000, Aiden's born in 2010, I moved to New York 2012. So moving to New York with a 2-year-old, it's like, you know, my baby mom had a lot to say.
Yeah.
Those first 3 years in New York was nothing but beef.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, how dare you, you know, but it's like, it's only 2 hours away. The mega bus is $12. I see you when I see you. Like, I'm coming right back. And I made sure, and I was still enrolled in community college of Philadelphia. So I was going to school 3 times a week. So I was going to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday, living in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I had Aiden.
Yeah.
So I was making sure that honestly, the whole time, the first 3 years I was in New York, I pretty much still lived in Philly.
Wow.
Because I was always picking up Aiden, dropping him off, or going back and forth, going to community college. And I was majoring in theater there. That's when I discovered that I loved acting for real at community. But at the end of the day, I was like, what I'm doing in Philly is what I would be doing. What I'm doing in New York is what I'll be doing in Philly because I'm not with you.
Yeah.
We're not together.
Yeah.
So he would live with you. I would still have to drop him off and pick him off as if I lived in Philly. So I'm gonna just do the same thing in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And she had to learn to understand that.
But the reality is for me, it's not necessarily where it may seem like there's a season of selfishness for you chasing your dreams and going after what you desire to go after. It's really an investment. Like
absolutely.
It literally is. And those that, for me, what I've been telling myself is that, it may seem selfish, but it's legit an investment. And those that believe in me and those that stick around for the investment, they'll be the ones that reap the harvest. You do not, you don't sow the seed and reap the harvest in the same season.
Not at all.
There takes time for it to grow, matriculate, and for it to mature. And I think that with someone and dealing with people that are just talking to people, and it's just like one of those things where, if you're gonna rock with me, you're gonna rock with me, and this is just a season where I gotta do this. So on the back end, you can do this. Like my mom, my daughter, like legit, me making the move that I made, my mom was the one that really pushed me. Like, you need to do this because you're always gonna wonder what if. And she was like, I'm not gonna be able to see you Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna be able to see you Christmas. I'm not gonna be able to, when my birthday hits, you're not gonna be able to just pull up on me and surprise me.
Right.
And she says, I'm willing to deal with that. And then one of the things she told me is that whoever can't deal with that, they're not worthy of the harvest.
Absolutely. No, my whole circle that I had when I moved to New York just started fading away.
Yeah.
Like I had, like, I'm that guy that had so many different cycles in my life. So I had a lot of friends. I had best friends, my son, goddad. Like I had people that I was very close to. And they just couldn't deal with the fact that they didn't have access to me on a regular. You know, I wasn't in Philly. So when I moved to New York, it just started falling out. I only talked to two of my friends. I talked to Leah Lewis and Fred Reed. They are my only two friends from Philly that when I go back home, I feel like I gotta see.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, when I see them, it's like they're strangers.
Yeah.
And so it's because I lost them. And then when I moved to LA, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I built all these friends in New York, and then when I decided to move to LA, they was like, you leaving.
Yeah.
So you just keep losing people.
But I think a part of it is that people need to stop taking the growth of other people personal. Like, if this is what I feel I have to do for my life, why are you taking it so personal and not in support? And I understand it may hurt, I understand that, but also at the same time, what's going to frustrate me the most is that would you much rather me stay for your comfortability and me die from the lens of my talent, my desire, whatever the case is, my hopes, my dreams, whatever, all of that stuff die at the hands of, oh, we're comfortable.
Yeah.
We don't
because
want
at the end of the day, they're being selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody, and it comes a point in time that everybody's going to have some selfish traits.
Yeah.
And that's what they are. They're trying to keep you around because they want you around because they're being selfish.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, all my viewers, with my YouTube know, I openly talk about my battle with grief and all of that stuff that I'm still dealing with. But one of the things that when my grandfather passed away, I was talking to my godfather, and my godfather said, because I was like, I just don't understand, I want my granddaddy. My granddaddy pretty much raised me. I want my grandfather. And then he said, my grandfather was real sick. And so he said, to be honest, Adrian, if your grandfather had the option to come back here or to stay there, he would choose to stay there.
Wow.
And in that moment, I realized, man, because I was praying stuff like, God, send them back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bring them back to me. And I was realizing, even my prayers was dripped in selfishness, because why would he come back and deal with the pain that he was dealing with when he's been removed of all of that? You know what I'm saying? So I want him to come back and deal with pain, have a terrible quality of life. You know what I'm saying? All for me feeling better about, him passing away.
That's deep.
You see what I'm saying? I had to realize, even in that we can even have selfish prayers even when we, when we want to keep something in.
That's deep.
So yeah, man, but listen.
You just got deep.
I know, man.
But that's true though. That's true, man. But we all, death is the place. It's a scary thing. You know what I'm saying? We all are selfish. We want our people.
Yeah, man, we do.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
we do.
That was deep.
Yeah, man. I still battle with a lot of that with my, with the death of my stepfather, my dad, my brother. Me feeling alone. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, I still deal with that, and man, it's one of those things where I just constantly just tell myself I just don't want to be selfish, in that particular area. Now, with me pursuing the desires that I have, because of those deaths, that's what made me want to pursue these desires, because I didn't want to leave this earth with the concept of I did not do everything I was created to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We'll read the Bible and we'll talk about, when Jesus died on the cross, and Jesus said something that was so profound that I think we oftentimes miss. Jesus, when he was on the cross, he says, "It is finished." And we were like, oh man, Jesus was announcing his death. He says it, not him. Wow. He didn't say I. He didn't say I am finished. He said it is. Wow. So what that tells me is that it was an assignment that he came to fulfill. When he says it is finished, what he was saying is my assignment was done. And I think about it from our perspective, how many people die without it being finished? Like, it was so much stuff on the inside of us that we were supposed to do that we didn't do because of fear, because, we were waiting on other people to agree. We were waiting on people to feel like, oh, if they give me the green light, then I'm gonna do it. Or I'm waiting for everybody to line up and everybody to be okay with my decision. It ain't everybody's responsibility for you, what I'm saying, for you to be okay with your decision.
Not at all.
And so when he says that it is finished, man, it was like, oh, for me, it was like, oh, he checked the task, the assignment. What he says, like, yo, like, this is done, not me. And I just don't want to leave this earth in a physical body form, not my spirit being dead, but my body. And my body did not fulfill and accomplish everything it was called to fulfill and accomplish.
Everything.
Like,
that's a word.
My assignment needs to be finished. You know what I'm saying?
Everything you want.
Everything. Yeah, everything I want and everything that's on the inside of me, and not just diminishing who I am because people have a box that they want to keep me in and be like, oh, well, no, you only can do that.
Yeah, me growing up as this guy who I am now, I've always been this guy because I had no choice.
Yeah.
I grew up like in Southwest Philly, West Philly, in the hood, in the slums, and I always knew I was different. So me and how my confidence has been built up since a kid because I never wanted to be like nobody else.
Yeah.
So I always did what I wanted to do since I was a kid. So when people ask my mom, like, are you surprised? Like, nobody's surprised. Like, if you go to Philly right now and you ask people in my high school, or you ask people on the block, or you ask people, nobody is surprised. They're like, we knew he was gonna do it, because I was that.
Yeah.
Like, I would be in the neighborhood, and the moment y'all start acting funny, I'm gonna go find new friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want those new sneakers, I'm gonna go push those carts.
Yeah.
I just always been like that.
Yeah.
I always move on. I'm like that with clothes, food, dating. Like, if it ain't making me happy, I'm leveling, I'm always gonna level up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I'm godlike when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I keep it moving.
Yeah.
I keep it moving.
Before we end this though, you just mentioned something that we got to touch on.
What,
dating.
Okay.
All right. This whole dating thing, bro. Let me ask this, because this is a constant thing. People have seen me around Lawrence Robinson, and then I don't even have an Instagram right now, and people have found ways to ask me what's up with Lawrence, and I'm like, how am I being stalked for my brother? Like, I don't get it. Like, how you stalking me down to ask me about another man? Like, so the crazy question is, is Lawrence dating? And if Lawrence is not dating, what is Lawrence's type?
No, I'm definitely dating for sure. I mean, always gonna be dating. Cause I don't think I'm getting married. I'm gonna keep it at 100, but I'm not.
He said I'm always gonna be dating.
I'm open to it, but I don't think I'm gonna get married. I'm always gonna be dating. I don't really got a type. You know what I'm saying? As long as she's strong, as long as she, I'm about to say, as long as she's beautiful. I definitely, and the thing is, I hate sometimes when you say beautiful. People feel like beauty is one standard.
Yeah.
I've never been that dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, India.Arie is fine.
Yeah.
And people be like, oh, so you like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. India.Arie is fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm one of those people that it's no standard for me. Like, and beauty is more so on the inside. But you gotta have good hygiene on the outside though. You got to. That's hygiene. What's really important for me. Good hygiene and good, good energy, and just so you support me, I support you. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna keep dating until I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah. So
I am dating, slide in the DM. It's always open.
All right, so this is a good question, man. How do you feel about women that take their shot? Like,
shoot it.
So, cause man, it's men that have so many different opinions about that. Like, oh, if she shoot her shot, she too aggressive.
Nah.
Type of situation. She need to wait on the man to say something. Nah. You saying they need to shoot it.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
I look through them. I just choose which one I'm gonna respond to.
So
I'm
really,
looking at him.
So really what
Yeah.
Lawrence is saying, if you have DM'd him and you haven't gotten a response, he saw it, but he was not interested.
Or maybe you just said something that wasn't right. Try again. You know what I'm saying? Just,
So it's the verbiage. The verbiage matters
the
too.
verbiage got a lot to do with it.
The verbiage
you know
matters.
what I'm saying? Like, listen, you know how you get me if you always ask about my son.
You can't let them know the trick.
Well, now they know. I'm okay because you know what? So many of them don't.
Oh.
And they don't realize that that's...
So if they ask about Aiden, then...
Yeah, I'm actually talking to somebody right now, and she asks us about Aiden all the time, and I think that's why it's like a weak spot for me. It's like, how's Aiden? What's Aiden? It's like, you gotta...
They care.
You can, if you see somebody that has a child, why do you not ask about the child?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Because I care about my son more than I care about myself. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important. But yeah, man, y'all got a tool.
Yeah, they got a little.
And if y'all want to buy him that PS5, please do.
Wait a minute, is that PS5 for him or for you?
For Aiden, it ain't for me.
Okay,
so make my Christmas list short. Buy that PS5 for Aiden Lawrence Robinson, please. You know what I'm saying? I will send you my PO box. You know what I'm saying? We love generous
donations and gifts
and dates and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay for dinner. You buy Aiden the PS5, I'm gonna pay for dinner when I see you. All right. That's
well, listen, bro. I definitely appreciate you, man, taking time out.
So we about to end, and you're not gonna say if you did
and chop it up.
What about you though? Are you like you try to dip out?
I'm the interviewer.
Oh man,
I'm the interviewer. Like, man,
you're trying to dip out. It's cool.
I'm learning life, bro. That's it.
But you told me earlier, no. I'm about to say, you told me earlier you was ready to get married.
See, look, no, don't start that, because then it's gonna be like, oh, he ready to get married now. Nah, man. Like, honestly, man, for me, it's, with marriage, for one, I believe you're single until you get married. That's my take on it.
You gonna get beat up for that?
People say whatever they want to. People say whatever they want to. Like, until somebody literally, makes.
Is she single until she get married too?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying me.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying just in general. I believe across the board.
Well, I don't believe in that. Okay. So don't even try to come around with me. You cheating on me and we dating. You gotta go.
But when I say that, when I say that, literally, I'm not saying that, okay, like if you all are dating, you got an understanding, we're dating, we're exclusive. You don't mess with nobody. I'm not messing with nobody. It's just me and you. I'm saying still, you can be dating whoever you want to, and you go and you fill out a form. It's gonna say single or married, and guess what you're gonna put? Single until you're married. That's what I mean by that. I don't mean necessarily like, oh, you single, you just go, do whatever you want to.
You gotta break it down.
Yeah, I know.
Because ladies don't like that. They're like, so what that means? Somebody right now, they already said it.
Yeah,
they write in the comments.
Yeah, they
make sure y'all leave some comments.
They typing right now.
They in the comments right now. They in the comments right now. Everybody think I'm dating Damo anyway. We on YouTube, just going on YouTube. The whole YouTube.
Yeah, because immediately, as soon as I'm at my, I'm talking to my leaders and they like, oh, Lawrence Robinson, oh my God, he's so fine. But I remember for YouTube because he was dating Damo. I was like, who's Damo?
That's my best friend. But the YouTube, y'all want us together. So yeah. YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah, because they type in your name and automatically Lawrence Robinson and Damo.
Damo Wilson and Lawrence Robinson is a thing on YouTube.
So y'all together on YouTube.
No, we friends, but the YouTube want us together. You know what I'm saying? We really just good friends.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Well, bro, I think that you are in an amazing space. Like even with me, man, like I was like, yo, when that time come, I want to be at a place of extreme financial freedom. Also just emotional health, like emotionally healthy. I put more, everybody asks me about like businesses and, oh man, you always doing this, you always doing this, you're always working, which I am. I love to work. But then also at the same time, as much as I invest in my businesses and invest in opportunities, I invest in my mental health and mental stability. Yeah. Because I think that is, our minds are the biggest investment.
Oh, absolutely.
Like legit.
It's our peace.
Yeah, exactly. It's our piece. So the way to get to me and my heart Ain't asking about Brigitte, because Brigitte been to cuss you out. Like, my daughter is like ruthless. Like, she don't like nobody talking to her daddy. Like, she be like, and I can't even come around her friends, because she like, my friends be crushing. You walk into a room, and they be like, oh, your dad is so fine. She be in there cussing them out. They don't have to ask about, like, the way for me is being a support and being as peaceful. Like, bro, I deal with so much. So when I deal with you, I look at like us talking and us getting to know each other as extracurricular activity. So why would I neglect my core courses to be stressed out by extracurricular?
So you basically telling them to be your piece, like the B-boy Instagram.
Yeah,
be my piece.
It'd be my piece.
You know, that's a meme.
It is. So yeah, like I mean, like, bro, like if you're not helping me keep my mind intact and you're not adding money to my account, then what we doing?
Yeah.
What we doing?
You believe in joint accounts?
Whew, that's a conversation for another day. So no, I believe that you can have a joint account, but I'm still gonna have my separate account.
Is she gonna know about the other account?
Yeah.
Does she know how much is in the other account?
Yeah, she can know how much is in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, she can know.
That's cool.
But I'm still gonna have my separate.
I don't think I would tell her. I don't think I would. That's dope though.
But
you an honest man. You a honest. This is ladies.
You so stupid.
And somebody don't embarrass this man, the honest black man in front of y'all. How is he single?
Look,
I am not an honest black player.
I'm gonna tell you what's in there, but you're not gonna have access to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah. But at least she know that she could possibly finesse.
Just in case you want to act a fool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yo, I gotta have my stuff situated too.
Yeah. What about prenups? You believe in prenups?
I do believe in prenups.
Me too.
I believe in them, but I will say that if we were a part of the grind together, then I don't see a need for it. Yeah. You invested just as much into this as I did.
Yeah.
Now if I come into it, multimillionaire, and you a good thousandaire, you.
Let's sign this right now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
You got to sign this.
That makes sense.
You got to sign this because, man, people that don't have the same to lose as you will risk anything. Yeah. Because they don't care. And I learned that the hard way. You only deal with people that have the same or more to lose as you. Because if you don't, they don't care what they do to destroy your livelihood.
I agree with that, but the only reason why I'm gonna disagree with that because I think that goes into the equally yoked thing. And since you coming into Hollywood, that's all. I ain't that Hollywood dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was about to say a curse word. I ain't that dude. You ain't gotta be equally yoked with me. I don't need you to be Gabrielle Union and I'm Dwayne. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I'm not.
But
no.
That's what. But when you say things like that in Hollywood, people think, oh, so you only want to date a celebrity.
No, I'm not saying that because I'm not a celebrity. I ain't saying that.
That's debatable. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't know what's gonna happen later on. So
that's
now can get out.
But no, I'm not saying we gotta be. I'm just saying the same to lose. Like, and I'm not talking about just material stuff. Like, like if you aspiring to be, a government official, like you're not gonna be out here acting a fool to get arrested.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you got something to lose that you're aspiring to. But when somebody doesn't have any aspirations, they just act a fool.
That's how I feel about it. I feel like if you got an aspiration, then you good.
Yeah.
As long as you working towards something.
Yeah, you gotta be working towards something. Yeah. Like, and you gotta, for me, you gotta be a hard worker. Like, bro, like if you available all day to be texting me all day, calling all day, doing all that stuff, oh no, like I'm not interested. Because it tells me I'm your life.
Yeah, we don't want that. Because that's when drama comes.
Man, what?
Yeah.
Like, so no. You gotta be busy. Like, I could talk to you, like, shoot a text in the morning, what's up, throughout the day. Like, I like the fact that if I text you, like if I'm free at 12 and I text you and you don't respond to 6, 7, hey, man, today was crazy.
Like that.
I do.
I don't like that. He could like that. Text me right back. don't like that. I need you. I need to be sweated. My love language is affirmation. I need you to tell me right to my face.
You said you need to be sweated?
Sweat me. Keep
Boy,
sweat.
you stupid.
I'm keep sweat.
No, so...
You know what I'm saying? Because
So-
like, when you got to
so-
think about it, I get loved on all day long by strangers.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
and
get that.
I'm ignoring that, you know what I'm saying? Because they're strangers. So then when I come home, or when I'm around your company, I need you, and that's the problem. When they see that you get a lot of attention, they don't want to tell you because they think that it's an ego thing. And it's like, yo, like, I don't know these people.
Yeah. I want
I don't know these people.
I want it from the person that
I'm with,
Yeah.
that I'm dating.
Yeah.
Don't be shy about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big. I already know when it ain't, because I'm about to give out too much information, but
Okay.
I know the vibe gotta be strong.
Yeah.
The vibe gotta be strong. So if you ain't loving on me in front of my face,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna find something on Instagram. That is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100.
I appreciate
You
the
know what I'm
honesty,
saying?
bro.
So yeah, just, you know what I'm saying?
like me, bro. Like you ain't gotta respond right back to me. If you free, yeah. But if you not, I get it.
Yeah.
Cause like I want you to be working. Like, yo, like do something.
I want you to work and text me. Work and text.
Like do something with your time and day. Please do. Like be busy. Please.
Good.
Please.
See, we different.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you still my brother, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, listen, dude, I appreciate you for being on, man. I appreciate you for sharing your thoughts, your heart, all of that stuff, man. I know, I like my people a little bit more in the church world type situation.
I believe in God. Listen, I was on the Shade Room at Church Bay. So people know I'm a Church Bay.
Church Bay.
Shade Room labeled me the Church Bay.
So
I go to church. I go to one church LA.
So my thing is, if they're not following you right now, tell them where they can follow you.
Everything is pretty much Lawrence H. Robinson. I'm easy to find.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Love y'all.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in for another Mannerisms, man. It's crazy. Ladies, y'all know what to do. You know, you hit up Lawrence. Like, dark skin, beard, they out here winning. so be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, send this to somebody. Tell them, yo, like, two black men talking about life. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Remember, God is doing more than what you think he is, and you're doing better than what you think you are. One more time, God is doing more than what you think he is, and you're doing better than what you think you are. We'll see you soon.